We're continuing with the mystery novel Turn Back, Chapter 30, The Truth. Vern's semi is making good time. Not many are on the roadway at night. Both see the sign denoting New York state line. Victor sighs. An ice-cold chill goes up his back. Vern can only shake his head in dismay of the cargo he's carrying. NYC. Hello, New York, Vern hollers out. Victor jumps. Man, do you have to do stuff like that? It's time to put up or shut up, kid. Yeah, I guess so. Where do you want me to drop you off? No, don't tell me. Let me guess. This could be fun. Your personality borders on bizarre. You know that, though, don't you, Vern? Shut up, kid. I'm thinking here. Might smell something burning in my brain, though. Vern laughs at his feeble joke. But it's big decision-making time for you. Understatement. Choices. We all have a choice. Police? No, won't listen to my aged advice about that option. This Michael's place? No, you're not going to go there either. Probably don't know where it is. Frying pan to the fire, though. That's where you're going. The Target's home. No, not just yet. You got to get your bearings first. You got to regroup and settle down a bit. You'll need to keep a cool head. Well, let's see. There's maybe just one place left. Kitty's place. Yep, that's where you're headed, right? Victor can't believe Vern could figure it out so easily. He has to wonder about Michael then. Amazed at Vern's deductions, he can't help but stare the man down. Ha! Bingo! I'm right on the mark. Oh, sorry. No pun intended there. Vern, I am not sure your semi can get me all the way there. It's too big where her apartment is. Why don't you just let me worry about my truck and my driving? You have enough to worry about. Big stakes here now. No turning back now. Vern shakes his head again and again laughs. Now it's funny that you would say that. Oh man. Here we go. What? Your spill. I can detect that religiousness oozing out of your mouth already. Getting ready to get up on your religious soapbox. I know you are. Well, you were the one who mentioned no turning back. Not me. I am just saying you've got the balls to turn back around and head back to NYC for, let's just say, for the most ungodly reasons. And now, for the best of reasons, you don't have the guts to turn back around the other way. Can't be an easier decision, I say. You are the strange one in this semi, kid. And you say I'm bizarre? There's no response from Victor. That's how most folks are with God, by the way. Under the illusion it's too hard to turn back to him. Too difficult to allow him to free that happy child locked up inside. You make a lot of sense for a trucker, Vern. Man, I guess that was supposed to be a compliment, mixed with that insult in there somewhere. Sorry, don't bother trying to wheeze your way out of that one. Hey, I just want to say that I've been thinking about all you said. Oh, I know you will. Yeah, I'm sure you do. Yeah, I'll be thinking about all that. And you just know, too, that I'm going to send up a few requests if this deal turns out all right for you and for Kitty. And even for that Henry fella. The young man has some serious family issues going on there, it seems, for what you told me. Victor laughs, thinking about Henry. Yeah, thanks, Vern. If you think that will do any good in my case. Sure it will. It always does. Sometimes we don't much like the answers, but we always get some kind of an answer. Right. Vern clears his throat. He knows this is one serious situation. Under his breath, Vern prays for more wisdom. Not all roads lead to God, though many may claim. Not all roads lead to God, though many may claim. There's only one true way to God, and Jesus is his name, penned by a great theologian, Spurgeon. Well, got to leave you with something, you know. Wow. And I'm going to wow you just a bit with my literary skills. So I'll say it again. Not all roads lead to God, though many may claim. There's only one way to God, and Jesus is his name. So there, yeah, did I wow you just a bit with my literary skills? Some poetic wisdom from a trucker, of all people. No, really, you've been a big help, by letting me talk it out. I'm just a big red fire truck. I know my place. I throw water on the roaring fires that people have built up inside of themselves. I mean, you already are living in a hell on earth, Vic. You're already on fire inside. So it's up to another to come along and do damage control and try to help you put out the fire and the mess that you've made of your life. Got a neat way of explaining things, Vern. And anyway, thanks. For what? Got to admit it. I sure would like to know how your story ends, but you're not going to tell me, are you? Heck, you don't even know how it's going to end yet, do you? You're right again. Plans can change in a moment, kid. Who knows? You may discover a plan C along the way. Hey, that's a real good analogy right there. Plan C. C for Christ. Get it? Or for the cross. Or, let's see, crucified, covered in the blood. Then there are words like conviction and confession. Victor gets nervous and coughs. It's just too much religious talk for him. He suddenly needs a drink. Through his coughing and clearing his throat, he says, well, Vern, looks like my stop is coming, and right up here. You can actually just stop here. You've kept to the end of your end of the deal, and thanks. It really means a lot to me. Hope all goes well for you, kid. So that's it, really? No planning on wrestling me to the ground and hauling me off to the police station? Good use of words, but nope. Tried it other ways in the past, and now there's no good results from that. I'm just going with the flow right now. Right. Don't suppose you could just give all the cash back? Oh yeah, Kitty and Henry have most of the loot. You chose to treat them to a summer filled with fun. That's one crazy plan you got there, Vic. Been called crazy several times lately. Victor points to an intersection. Well, this is where I need to get out. Light's about to turn green. Okay, Vern, and thank you for all. Well, be seeing you. Victor jumps out before Vern can say another word. He can't bring himself to turn around, so he waves with his back to the semi. Something hits him in the back of the head. Victor hears Vern laughing uproariously. Hey, what the... Victor does look back then, and also looks down to see that it was a book that was thrown at him. It's the Bible that Vern had on his seat. He picks it up and waves at Vern again. He slips it inside a pocket in his jacket. Victor sprints around the corner. Chapter 31, The Intruder. Sitting on the window seat near the fire escape, Michael watches and waits. Hours go by. It's almost daylight. He dozes off. A noise rouses him, and he tries to shake off the sleepiness. Michael moves swiftly to find a concealed place to hide. He chooses a door. Two people enter the apartment. They are whispering, but Michael can make out that one is a woman and one is a man. He assumes it's Victor and Kitty and whispers to himself. Finally, they've returned to the scene of the crime. He waits and listens. They speak a little louder. Once he can see they're inside the room, from peeking through the space in the door, Michael steps out from behind the door. Their backs are to him. He doesn't recognize either one of them and shouts at them. Who are you two, and what are you doing in here? Kitty screams as Henry pushes her aside and puts up his weak, limped fist. He hollers at Michael. And just who are you? No, who are you two? I don't think introductions are necessary with respect to a thief. What do you want? Money? Take it. Here, just leave, okay? Henry begins to pull out wads of money from his two pockets. Not here for your money, kid. Where's Victor? Kitty looks at Henry. Fear is very apparent in her eyes. Henry steps forward. We don't know. We're looking for him too. We were hoping he would be back here by now. In her apartment? Not two-tubbing your boyfriend, are you, little girl? Kitty, isn't it? What? How do you know me? Who are you? She steps up closer to him. Wait, you're the one after Vic, aren't you? Well, well, well. New hair and a whole new look. But yeah, it's you. Sure you don't know where Victor is? Very, very important right now. Henry again steps between Kitty and Michael. He is much bigger than Henry, but this young man is not intimidated by the thug. If you care so much about finding Victor, why don't we all just sit down and discuss this? His immediate future, maybe. Right now, I'm more interested in what he's going to do in the next few hours. Kitty hopes to trip the guy up while finding out some information about what is actually going on. I just bet you are. So, Mr. Big Shot, when do you plan to jump me and tie me up and hold me captive? And maybe both of us now. Victor told me you're after me too. Yeah, listen. Kitty's a bit excited here, so Henry stammers. So what about Vic? Listen, kids, I've got to find Victor. I've got to stop him from doing a job. He was going to... Michael waits to see if they know any details. He wonders what to do with the two of them now. If Victor told them anything at all, he's got a whole other problem that needs to be resolved. Oh, he'll do it all right, Henry points to Kitty, to protect her. So he said that? Michael walks to the window and looks out over the city. Okay, what's your next move, kid? Henry isn't finished. You put him in a real tight spot, you know. He loves this girl, and he'd go to jail or worse just to protect her. You're a real jerk. Yeah, Kitty agrees. Michael laughs that Henry can't dredge up a vicious enough adjective to describe him. So about that, look, mister, I don't know what you've done to Victor, but he's all twisted up now. He's keeping secrets from me, and he's lying to me. He's all messed up. Why did he have to come back to New York? Henry forces Kitty to sit down. He hugs her, and she breaks down and sobs. Michael sighs, thankful that Victor has kept the secret job he had to do secret, even though it means none of them knows Victor's next move, actually. If you will just tell me where Victor is, everything will be okay. He doesn't have to follow through on... He doesn't have to... Well, plans have changed, that's all. It's been called off. We don't even know... They both shout at the same time. Only know it has to be bad and real bad. If Victor goes through with this, it will not be good at all. Pointless with everything that's going on now and all that's in motion at the other end. Michael's voice escalates. Don't you see? I'm trying to spare that kid a lot of heartache. Kitty leans over and whispers to Henry. Henry sits forward. Michael does the same. Victor gave us all the money. Oh, that probably belongs to you, I guess. If we give you back what we have, will you leave us alone, please? Michael has to chuckle at Henry's novice attitude about his line of work. He tries again to get through to them. Just tell me where you think Victor might be, okay? That's all I need to know, just that. How can we trust you or know that you don't mean to hurt him or us? Again, Michael chuckles. I don't want that money. Isn't that proof enough? Henry and Kitty look at one another. They both shrug like his point is believable. I am telling you, I need to stop Victor from doing something stupid and what will send him to prison for life, or worse. That should matter to you too. The original plan is off. What more do I need to say? Michael decides to ask them straight out. Did he tell you what his plans are to do next? Did he spill his guts? Kitty yells out in shock, trembling at his words. Henry holds her tighter. Michael holds up his hands in surrender. Sorry, I guess that was a bad choice of words. I realize you're very sensitive right now. So spill the beans. How's that? Did Victor spill the beans? Did he talk to you? Plan this project out loud? Nope. Vic didn't, because he didn't want us to know anything. He kept it all to himself. I just explained that to you. He said the less we know, the better it is for us. Vic has only been thinking of us the whole time and our safety. Actually, he drove all the way to the western edge of Oklahoma, and we were supposed to go further west and get away from, well, I guess you, I suppose. Yeah, what Henry's saying is all true, Kitty continues. Vic turned back. He caught a ride with a trucker heading east. But you see, we couldn't help thinking about it all, and as we kept driving, we just felt we couldn't leave him all alone in this problem. So we beat it back here, hoping to find him making final plans for whatever it is you forced on him or threatened him with, and we were hoping he wouldn't do it. It's all so confusing because we don't even know what's going on. Kitty begins to cry again, feeling so helpless. Henry asks, so, what do we do now? Michael gets up and paces. Kitty clings to Henry, not sure what the intruder will do next. Michael sits down right across from them. He stares them down. Both become very apprehensive of what's on his mind. Think, you know him. What will Victor do next? Where will he go? He's determined to finish the job. At least that's what he called it. Finish what you are forcing him to do because he wants to protect Kitty. Just told us that he's in big trouble and it's some serious stuff. Yeah, Henry's got it right. That's all we know. So then he's heading straight to there. Michael looks at them and stops himself. He looks out the window and sees the sun rays peeking over the horizon. He jumps up and starts for the door, but turns around and points his finger at them. What? Henry shields Kitty with his own body as if Michael has a gun pointed at them. Stay here, both of you. Do not try to leave no matter what. Watch the TV news. Here's my number. Use your cell. Let me know if anything is reported on, like breaking news. And just stay here until, if Victor returns, you call me immediately. And the plan, it's off. Just tell him that. Okay. Hey, see there, Kitty? It's going to all be okay. Oh, Henry, I so want to believe you. Kitty places her head on his shoulder. He hesitantly pats her head. Michael has to smile at their innocence. He can't remember a time when he was so innocent and unknowledgeable of the underhanded world of the mafia. Michael says something else. Hey, tell Vic I'm going away for a while. Well, a long while, actually. I'm retiring, sort of. So yeah, that should make him feel less stressed. He won't be looking over his shoulder that way. Okay, got some business to tend to right now. Kitty looks at Henry. She's befuddled and confused still. She sinks down into the couch and curls up in a ball. Henry pats her on the back. Henry, tell me again this is all going to be okay? Michael chuckles at her low tolerance of stress and fear. The two hug each other as they watch Michael leave the apartment. Chapter 32, The Weapon. Victor tries a couple of handguns to get the feel of it. The store clerk shows him which one is his favorite and the proper bullets to use with it. The fellow is very helpful. Victor is grateful for that because that's the first time in his life he's ever even held a gun. He's closer to doing the job than days before when headed west, but in his mind, Victor is much further away in his thoughts. He can't imagine using that weapon on another human being, but he has no other choice, he figures. And still he thinks about what Vern has said about choices that he has continued to make. Bad choices. To conceal his ultimate reason for buying that gun, Victor pulls out camping gear off the shelves, a backpack, waterproof matches, and a few other camping supplies. With one hand on the counter, Victor bends over and slips off a shoe. He reaches in and pulls out a few $100 bills and slips his shoe back on. The cashier wrinkles up her nose disdainingly. Okay, that will be $765.95, sir. Victor apologizes for the sweaty money. Sorry about this. No problem. Can't be too safe in this town, you know. Just glad you didn't stuff it in your underwear, I guess. Yeah, I get it. If some thief takes your wallet, not going to be much in there because it's all in your shoe. That's really a good strategy, but if you had expensive shoes on, they'd take those treads over money any day, right? That's NYC. The cashier is way too chatty. Yeah, sure. Anything you say. Just here's $800. Keep the change, a tip for all your help. Gee, thanks. The clerk is elated. She counts the change that she would have to have handed over to Vic and stuffs it in her pocket. Don't ever get tips in this business. Not in this side of town, anyway. When I worked as a waiter, well, then, yeah, but... Victor cuts her off. No problem, no problem. He leaves with his package under his arm. He slips into the alley and gets set up for the job. The backpack comes in handy. Some of the stuff he drops down in the alley. He could care less. Vic has to keep the backpack light and keep it simple for when he needs to retrieve the gun. Doing this for you, Kitty, only for you. When he emerges from the alley, Vic remembers the encounter he had with Michael in an alley only 6 days before. So it's now or never, put up or shut up, as Vern said. Victor sees a taxi coming his way. No one's inside but the taxi cab driver. He hails the cab for a ride. The fellow pulls over and Vic gets in. West Heights area, please. With a thick Indian accent, the cab driver seems impressed. Aha, very nice. A very wealthy district. Okay, it's going to cost you, buddy. No problem, just drive, okay? Victor doesn't feel like being sociable. You have a sweetie there, huh? You married that girl? A rich father she must have, no doubt. Oh, wait, her mother. Yeah, you're into an older woman who lives there. Even better. Rich chicks. Victor chuckles as the man's words come out and chuckles at his way of talking. But he's shocked at himself. He wonders how he can share a light moment in this otherwise ominous day. This is the end of this chapter. We'll continue with chapter 33, the chapter titled The Delivery, in this mystery novel, Turn Back, in our next audio reading.